talking live comedy with Tim Steeves, who just released his new album, American Portions. Laverne Mornin, comic photographer and columnist. And Robert Beckham, new comic, fresh, brand new spanking.
Fresh meat.
Squeaky, fresh meat.
Fresh meat for the grinder.
Yeah. Tim, what advice, actually, what advice would you give Rob? Like, what do you wish you knew when you started?
Oh, geez. Like I say, it's hard for me to relate to Rob's approach because I started as a kid, but I think it sounds like he's got a good attitude and he's taking a good approach. I think write your ass right off, like just write and write and write and write and write and write and write, because the performing, you don't take that for granted, but it's going to happen for you. You just got to get up as much as possible so that you log those flight hours. It's like becoming a pilot, and you need to log your 10,000 hours. So just get up as much as you can, but in the meantime, there's no excuse for not just writing constantly, just constantly, and keep an eye on the cats that inspire you. I take a lot of inspiration from the musical world. I watch people like Springsteen and Prince and people like that write like that. And that's inspiring to me.
Rob?
That's where I have a problem too, is being a bigger guy and I try not to do as much big comedy because so many people have done it before me. Panette, Ralphie May. I did a skit on traveling on an airplane.
Don't say skit.
Well,
say
bit.
You're doing a bit.
Doing a bit. I'm doing this. And it was about me getting on the airplane and walking down the aisle and seeing people with the empty seats get freaked out because, oh no, he's going to sit here. And then last Sunday, I'm watching the Comedy Network, and an old clip of Louis Anderson did the exact same thing.
Oh,
and the problem is when I come up with stuff, it's life experience. Like 80-85% of what I do is what I live. But the problem being a big comic, and I don't know if I'll get flack, but I'll do stuff that I've lived. But other big comics like Panette was my size, Ralphie May's my size, Gabriel Iglesias is my size. It's just what you live and you write it. You don't mean to copy it, but we do life experiences that are the same.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just strive to be as original as you can within that framework. That's all. And keep it, like you say, keep an eye on those old Louis sets and the Panette sets. Just watch John's concerts and sort of go, and just say, okay, I'm gonna try to not do those particular jokes, but even though
Buffet's way off the map. Did the best.
And like you say, if you can find a way to get your life up there without talking about that as much, then that's just that's a bigger challenge, and that's great.
There's a good balance there. Sorry, Rob, go ahead.
Being married to an Italian woman is a whole HBO special.
Oh, really?
That's never been done.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's always been from the
material.
son or the woman. It's never from the caker point of view.
Do you know, we were talking about live comedy, and John Panette was someone that I was watching. I can't wait to see him live. And he was coming to Rama, and he passed away right before the Rama show.
We saw him.
And, but this is what happens with, like, even musicians. I wanted to see Earth, Wind, and Fire last year, and I didn't. And then the lead singer passed away. And then, of course, these past few months with musicians, everyone I wanted to see.
Right.
So live comedy is very important, obviously, to experience the joy
Nothing like it.
art. Nothing like it. There's nothing like it.
There's nothing like it. And the energy, the connection between a comic and an audience is what it's all about.
Yes.
Right? That's why, you hear guys bitch and growl about, he's killing with that crappy material. Sometimes, he's killing with crappy material because he's got a laser beam cult-like following with his audience.
Yes.
Right?
Interesting.
Right? Yeah. And that's the bigger ace to play than...
The charisma, are you saying charisma is more important than actual material?
Well,
I think that's why
I don't know about more important. That's not my opinion.
Yeah.
But I know there's cats out there that are absolutely crushing because they make a connection with their audience, first and foremost.
Dane Cook?
Absolutely.
Oh.
The one I used as an example there, I think he's the best comic out there, is Sebastian Maniscalco.
Yeah.
He gets into it. He's so good, but being married to an Italian, my wife loves him.
Yeah,
because she can relate so much. So not everybody can relate because of a lot of his stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Laverne, I want to talk to you as we come back after the break about some of your interviews with comics, and from your view, because you're not a comic, kind of sitting out and what you see when you speak with them and what you observe and
Bring it.
Bring it.
I'm
I
ready.
can't wait. Yeah,
Bring it.
no, I want to hear this because it's very interesting. So we talk more with our panel after the break. Inside Jokes, Talk Radio, AM 640.